It started for me and realizing what the left was doing. And I had to kind of think, how do we fight as conservatives? And I had to reverse engineer and think, when did this start for me? When did I start believing this poison? And it takes me back to my childhood. It really does. Because I really do believe that everything that the left is after right now in this country is destroying families. Right? And because sometimes you look out and you go, what are they doing? Like, it just seems like they're everywhere all at once, just starting fires, a little fire over here, a little fire over there, and we're just running side to side trying to put the fires out. And what's actually connecting all of these fires the left is starting? All of these fires the left is starting. What is the connection? What is the thread that ties them all together? Why are we talking about gendered, non-gendered restrooms, right? Like, that seems like a random fire to start. Like, nobody ever was stressed out when they saw the word bathroom on a sign. No one was like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. But the left picked up this battle and they stuck it to us, and suddenly we are like really in the throes of, we need bathrooms that say non-binary, full inclusion. We've got more than 26 genders. Like, why did they pick that particular battle, right? Then you look over and then you see the feminist camp, right? And you've got the women that are screeching about the patriarchy, and they want to undo traditional families, and they need men to understand how horrible and backwards they are. And they're going, why is feminism becoming so toxic, right? It's not so much toxic masculinity that concerns me as much as toxic feminism does right now in this country. You go, what's up with that, right? Then you think, what the heck is going on with, okay, you guys, you had the abortion battle, and now they're talking about wanting to abort children at 9 months in the womb. What the heck is going on? What do these three crazy things, all of these crazy things that the left is doing, have in common? And the answer is family. That's what the left is trying to do. They're trying to destroy family. If you've studied Karl Marx, if you've studied the Communist Manifesto, you know that Marxists have always wanted to attack the family. Right. That was seen as a structure that had to be destroyed in order for Marxist ideology to flourish. Yeah. So when you say, why are they telling kids to pick their genders? Why are they encouraging children to mutilate their bodies, right? Telling them in kindergarten classrooms that they can pick their genders in California. In certain districts in California, they've already passing that down, that children can pick their genders. They're trying to push through policies that allow children to get gender reassignment surgery before they are even of age. There are children that are running around saying, I am in the wrong body, I am the non-body. This term didn't exist when I was in school, right? So I know that this child is being taught that because it didn't exist 10 years ago, right? The purpose of that is because a child that mutilates their body will never have children, will never have offspring. You've already destroyed the family. When you talk about the radicalization of that, they're after family, right? When you talk about feminists and why they are constantly attacking men and trying to genuinely raise women up to believe that they should not aspire to traditional family roles, when they're telling women to do more. You should be the CEO of a company. You shouldn't think that you have to have children. You shouldn't want to have children. You should want to be both the man and the woman. In fact, at the same time that they're encouraging women to act more like men, they're encouraging men to act more like women, right? It's bizarre. It's totally crazy. They're constantly telling men this is toxic masculinity, all displays of masculinity are wrong, at the same time that they're telling women to man up. And that's to create confusion. That's because that will eventually corrode the values of family. And families will always be in the way of big government. And socialism is big government, right? They need to make sure that children that are coming up do not turn to their mother and their father at a dinner table for answers. Right. It's the same reason why they are so actively trying to destroy the pillar of faith. Talk about a pinnacle that I thought we'd never reach in this country, shutting down churches during COVID-19, right? What was that all about? I lived in DC during that time. They were shutting down churches. We could no longer go to church during COVID-19. And you say, why is there this attack on churches? Why are they trying to make preachers and pastors take on this leftist ideology? Well, it's because once you remove faith and once you remove family, the government becomes the faith. The government becomes the family. They want people to drop down on their knees and say, I'm in pain, not God, how can you help me, but government, how can you help me? What policy can the government give me to help me get on my 2 feet? That's what they want. They want to marry people to the government. The experiment, when you talk about that, when they first started realizing that that could actually be done and done successfully, was with Black America.